Hey, what's up guys and welcome to part 27 of Naruto, the God of Shinobi. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share it to all of your friends on your social media platform, and after this I'm gonna be posting Uchiha Naruto, the Sage, and on my main channel tonight I'm gonna be giving you 3 what ifs. I'm gonna be giving you what if Tsunade was Naruto's mother, what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary, and also, what if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu? So stay in tune and enjoy all the lovely what ifs coming your way. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family and be a part of the channel. And also, go ahead and check out my main channel, Anime King. You can enjoy over 500 lovely what ifs over there. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. So last time we left off, Naruto went to the rain village as he killed all paths of pain, as Nagato was the only one left behind, as Mikato had killed Konan. Mikato also decapitated the evil Tobi, as Naruto then went to the Gedo statue and he started to talk to all of the tailed beasts. Naruto told him that he's going to free them if they just give him their chakra, as Naruto gave them a speech and convinced them all, as all of them agreed to give him their chakra. So yeah, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across to the playlist and check it out for yourself. But let's start this new episode. As we start this episode with Jiraiya, as Jiraiya could only stare at Kushina's cold eyes. "I guess you are underestimating us, Jiraiya," said Kushina mockingly. "And it looks like it has cost you your life now." "Pity," said Mikato from behind him, her Sharingan activated. "And here I wanted to have a bit more fun. I guess that you were just not up to it. Oh well," as both women retracted their blade, making Jiraiya fall on the ground and puking up blood. "Is this it?" Jiraiya thought, as his vision was blurry. But his vision got clear as the ground started to shake, as Mikato and Kushina turned, as they saw Naruto's eyes open as he was going through hand signs. Naruto then activated his Rinnegan as he brought his hand on the ground, summoning Jutsu. From his spot on the floor, Jiraiya could only watch as a dark aura took over the entire area. "What is this?" he wondered. "What is?" Mikato said to herself as she also wondered what Naruto was doing. "Uzumaki, you summoned me again. I must say I'm surprised. I have more people that I need to be alive again," Naruto responded. "People?" said the god of death. "So you want to revive multiple people this time? And my payment?" Naruto shrugged. "Take as much as you want from this village." The Shinigami chuckled. "I see. And who is it that you want me to bring back this time?" "All the previous jinchuriki," Naruto said. "What the hell is going on?" asked Jiraiya, as the Shinigami went silent for a few seconds, as he then spoke again. "It is done." Roshi, Han, Yagura, Utakata shook their head in confusion as the Shinigami let them pass. "Where am I?" all of them wondered. "Is that all?" the Shinigami asked. "Yes," said Naruto. The Shinigami chuckled one more time before disappearing, as Naruto turned to the statue and ran through hand signs. "What is this?" asked Kushina, as she came next to Naruto. "You will see," he responded. "Release," said Naruto as the statue opened his mouth and red beams shot out and flew towards all the jinchurikis. "What is this?" asked Yagura. A few minutes later and the red beam stopped, as Naruto looked around. "That was tiresome," he said. "It was your first time doing something like that," said Kurama mentally to Naruto. "Now, will you tell us what did you just do?" asked Yagura before his eyes widened. "Long time no see, Yagura," he heard a voice in his head. "Aisabu, is that you?" Yagura asked, as the tree tail was back inside of him. "But how?" asked Yagura. "I suggest you ask the young boy over there," the tree tail said. Yagura turned to Naruto with a shocked expression on his face as Naruto was smirking. "I see," muttered Han, as he also retrieved back his tail piece. "So, you're back too," said Utakata. "I suppose you're back to where you once were," replied the Rokibai. "Never thought that I would talk to you again, Yanbai," said Roshi. "Feeling is mutual," said the Yanbai. Mikato then walked up to Killer B as she removed the suppression seal. A second later, B was up. "Where are they? Where are those fools?" "Dead," answered Mikato as she walked up to Yujito and her wounds were already healed. Mikato smirked as she kicked her in the ribs. Yujito quickly jumped up with a painful look on her face as she saw Mikato smirking, as she just glared at Mikato. "Why the hell did you do that?" she asked. Mikato just shrugged. "What did you do?" Kushina whispered in Naruto's right ear. "I returned all of the bijous to their recent hosts," he answered. Yagura heard him and became shocked. "Hold on," he said, catching everyone's attention. "Just what exactly is going on here?" "I want you all to join me," Naruto said, looking at all of the jinchurikis. "Join you in what?" asked Utakata, as he looked at Naruto. "In our revenge," Naruto replied. "What is that supposed to mean?" asked Roshi. Jiraiya was watching as his consciousness was going out, but he pushed it back. "No, I can't die right now. I need to know what Naruto is up to." Naruto caught sight of Jiraiya as he smirked and then turned back at the jinchurikis. "I think all of you should already know what I'm talking about. After all, we're all jinchurikis here." "Well, all but two of us." "And?" asked Utakata. Naruto sighed. "Don't try to play it off. You all should know what it means to carry the title of Jinchuriki with you." "We do," agreed Yagura. "But what does that have to do with this?" he asked. "It has everything to do with this," replied Naruto. "We are all the outcasts from the hidden villages, all the sacrifice for the greater good," Naruto said. "We were all merely tools that were meant to be disposed of when our time came to an end. But now," Naruto said, clenching his fists, "all of that has changed. We can now show everyone what we're truly capable of. Show them what the mistakes they have made." "You're getting the wrong idea," interrupted B with a serious tone. "You should be proud that you're a Jinchuriki in the first place." Before he could say anything else, Naruto spoke. "I am proud to be one," he said. "But that doesn't change the fact that we were treated unfairly, treated like trash for something that we didn't have a choice for. I would think that was a bit unfair, wouldn't you?" The others could only nod, even B and Yujito. "But what exactly do you want?" asked Roshi. Naruto sighed. "Don't you get it? We all deserve something better, and if we can't have it by choice, we will simply take it." "Freedom," muttered Yagura, as he remembered his childhood, always being kept in specified location, never being allowed to play with the other kids his age, always being trained to be a weapon. As the others also began to think of their own life, the past, how they were treated before now. "What exactly are you proposing?" asked Han, making Roshi surprised, as he never heard Han ask anyone question, except for old man Onuki. That old fool, thought Roshi in anger. All he really cared about is the bijous, not us. "I am proposing a better future for all of us," Naruto answers Han's question. "And to take out anyone who tries to stop us." "Isn't Konoha your target in the first place?" asked Yujito. "Yes," as Naruto nodded. "That is the first place that we will go. Konoha is definitely the place that will try to stop us. Well, they will try, but they will not succeed." Han stepped up. "I'm in," he said simply, making Roshi even more surprised. As Roshi then sighed, "It's not like I have anything to return to. I am in too. as Utakata closed his eyes and then opened them. As he moved forward next to Han and Roshi, I am also in. Yagura stepped up. I may be a cage in the past, but I am not stupid. That is just how they could control me. All I wanted was freedom. So I will join as well, said Yagura, as Naruto nodded before turning to the last two. Yujito glanced at Bee, who had a troubled look on his face. What should I do? She asked herself. The answer is simple, kitten, the Nibi said inside of her. You have been never seen as yourself, just the other jinchuriki of the cloud. I know you always resented that. I also know that you wondered how things would have been if B wasn't there. So you want to join him? Yujito asked the Nibi. Yes. He is the person that we Biju have waited for. What does that supposed to mean? Oh, why don't you find out yourself? Said the Nibi. Yujito sighed as she stepped forward. I am in too, she said, as B then stood forward after talking with the Eight Tails. I am in too, you know, fool the fool. Naruto nodded. So, from now, we will be, as he glanced at the dead body of Toby. Well, really the cloak. Perfect, he said. We will be the new Akatsuki, as the others merely nodded. Well, that was unexpected, said Kushina quietly, as Mikato nodded in agreement. Naruto shrugged. This is all for taking down Konoha. We have enough allies, not to mention I also have all the chakras of the Biju. It is perfect. He then turned to Jiraiya, who was currently lying down in a pool of his own blood. As Naruto walked up to Jiraiya, Kushina and Mikato behind him, Naruto then kneeled down in front of him. I guess this is it, Naruto muttered. Naruto, don't do it, said Jiraiya, as he was barely talking. Naruto chuckled as he looked down at Jiraiya. Sorry, but there is no going back now, as the screams could be heard from Jiraiya outside of the tower, Naruto ending his life. With Nagato, he opened his eyes as Naruto entered the room. So you're here, said Nagato. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Were you expecting me? Yes, Nagato nodded. Why didn't you try to run? Asked Naruto. Because that would be pointless. I have already been defeated. There is no point of me trying to run and live any longer. Naruto then looked Nagato straight in the eyes. Peace is not something that can be found in this world. Even you is a problem that stands in the way of true peace, said Naruto. And you? Replied Nagato. Aren't you part of that problem as well? Naruto chuckled. Well, yes. I am part of the problem as well, but the only thing, I am not justifying it by trying to create some false peace. I don't want peace in this world. Nagato shook his head. I wasn't trying to justify anything. You may be right, said Naruto as he activated his Rinnegan. But you may be wrong also. To me though, peace is something I don't care about. True peace will only be here when every hatred and darkness is gone, and that will never happen. Now it's time for you to die, as Naruto launched a fireball at Nagato. As the fireball engulfed him, as Nagato didn't even scream, he just smiled happily. Naruto, as Naruto turned around to see Kushina walking in an akatsuki robe, as she had one in her hand. This is yours, she said. Meanwhile, Tsunade was standing by one of the windows in her office back at the Leaf Village as the rain fell. Tsunade, muttered Shizune as she looked over at her teacher, as she knew that something was wrong with Tsunade, having traveled with her for so long. I shouldn't have sent that idiot by himself, Tsunade thought, as she was so focused on Fu, as now she's feeling something inside her. Something is wrong. Come back safe, Jiraiya, she muttered. Meanwhile, Naruto was standing on the tongue of the creature on the highest tower of the Rain Village, where Pain usually stand. As he looked down at the village, all of them were screaming in commotions, as suddenly, half of them just turned into pure ash, as they wondered if they were next. Naruto stood at the tower, Kushina on his left, Mikato at his right, as the rest of the jinchuriki were behind them, as they were all wearing akatsuki robes. "Now," said Naruto, with his Rinnegan activated, "it's time for the next move," as the rain continued to fall. Meanwhile, Kabuto was a distance away, as he gazed at the remains of Uchiha Madara himself. "Yes, with this, there is no way I'm going to lose." "You're dead meat," Kabuto smirked as he jumped back, as Black Zetsu appeared at a spot that he was just there. "You made a terrible mistake," said White Zetsu as he appeared on one of the walls. "Oh no," said Kabuto with a smirk. "You too made a terrible mistake of not guarding this better. Well, I guess it is my gain and your loss." Black Zetsu scowled. "You have no idea what you're dealing with here, boy." Kabuto just smirked. "Calling me boy? Huh." But Kabuto just remained smirking as he then disappeared into snakes. As Black Zetsu looked down at Madara, disturbed grave sight, this is not going to end well. Hours later, Obito was scared as he was staring at the pissed off face of Mikato. "Tell me again," she said, with her narrow eyes glaring at Obito. "Where have you been for the past few hours?" Currently, we found the new Akatsuki as well as Obito, Sasuke, and his two teammates in one of the Uchiha's hideout. "Well," Obito said, rubbing the back of his head, "I sort of got distracted after rendezvousing with Sasuke and those two." Karen scoffed. "Distracted?" she muttered, as she was currently sitting on a big round table. As she wore a Akatsuki robe over her usual attire, the others were sitting around the table except for Obito and Mikato, of course. Mikato tapped her right foot impatiently. "And what was that?" "Well, a drinking contest," said Obito. Obito then found himself on the ground with a fist mark on his cheek as Mikato shook her fist in anger after punching Obito. Sasuke could only shake his head as he was too wearing an Akatsuki robe. "And this is my family," he thought, as all of the jinchurikis themselves could only just stare at the scene in front of them. As amusing as this is," said Naruto, "we have better things to deal with at the moment." Kushina merely chuckled as she stepped next to Naruto. Mikato turned to Obito, who was getting up with a shake of his head as she went to sit beside Naruto. As Sasuke raised his eyebrow from this, but he didn't say anything. "So what exactly happened?" Sasuke said as he glanced at the new revival members. "Tobi is dead," answered Naruto simply, "and the rest of the Akatsuki has fallen." "Don't forget about us," said Black Zetsu, as both him and White Zetsu emerged from the ground. "What are you doing here?" asked Mikato, referring to White Zetsu. "I filled him in," said Black Zetsu. "And?" asked Kushina. "I am in," said White Zetsu with a grin. "And here I thought that you were Tobi, faithful follower," said Naruto. White Zetsu merely chuckled. "No, I'm Madara's, although I am quite hurt that you three didn't include me in your plan." Obito shrugged. "Tobi created you, so we assumed that you would follow him no matter what." "Well, you were wrong," said White Zetsu, like he was hurt. "This is fun and all," said Utakata with sarcasm. "But what exactly are we supposed to do now?" Mikato glanced at him as Naruto spoke. "First, crush Konoha. And how exactly are you going to do that?" asked Yagura. "I know from experience that that place is not an easy village to destroy." Naruto smirked. "Every place has its weakness, Yagura. You being a Kage should know that already." "And what is Konoha weakness?" asked Roshi. "Simple, it's their arrogance," stated Naruto. "They think just because they're the strongest village, no one will try to attempt what we're about to do, and we will take the most advantage out of that as possible." "But how?" asked Yagura. You leave that to me, answered Naruto. We may have a problem that will complicate things, said Black Zetsu. And what is that? Asked Kushina. Kabuto, answered White Zetsu. Obito scowled at that. That guy got away from me the last time. But how? Is he a big problem at the moment? He has Madara's DNA, said Black Zetsu. What? Said an ecstatic Mikato as she stood up. What do you mean? How? He snuck into the chamber where Madara was buried in the original hideout, said Black Zetsu with a scowl. And how did he know where Madara was buried? I had no idea. Orochimaru, thought Mikato in anger. Even in death, that bastard always thinks of a way to complicate things. At the moment, Obito was thinking the same. And why is that such a problem? Asked a confused Yujeo. Because he know how to perform the Edo Tensei, said Obito. Seriously? Said Kushina in surprise. That's the jutsu that can bring people from the dead, isn't it? Said Sasuke. Mikato nodded as he sat back down. And he will have full control over Madara, so that will be a problem. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. After this, I'm gonna be posting Uchiha Naruto, this Sage. And on my second channel, I'm gonna be posting tonight, what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary? What if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu? And also, what if Tsunade was Naruto's mother? So remember to go over and check those out and enjoy yourself. So yeah, without further ado, oh yeah, guys, prepare yourself because soon I'm gonna be taking what if suggestions. And I'm gonna be taking 3 of them and starting 3 new what if. So prepare yourself and I'm gonna be telling you where I'm gonna be posting it on the community tab. So see ya, peace.